Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Majuu, aka King of Demons, for the Super Famicom. In the first video, we started the game, and we took down a few bosses in our quest to get our daughter back. We already saw the red form, and at the end of the first video, I also morphed into the green form, which is this weird hummingbird-like thing. I don't know how best to describe it. And now we're in this graveyard train that leads to who knows where. And we're going to have to move on down if we want to get Iria back. So without further ado, let's begin. And I'm going to wait for this machine gun guy to shoot again before I take him down. We won't have far to go at all before we take on our first mini-boss for this stage, which is this guy. Watch for his arms. When he throws them, he throws his little skith arms into your current position. So you definitely want to stay on the move. And keeping a good distance away, so that way you can jump over the skith arm projectile things and shoot them with charge shots, will work out best for you. Also, here's this red orb. This is like the only place where I see it. And it's just a screen clearing attack. That's pretty much all it is. Now it's time to take care of these little laser things with a charged up attack. You'll always have a short-range charge-up attack and a long-range normal attack, no matter what form you have. So the gameplay doesn't change regardless of how you're playing it, which is pretty nice. Also, those chains you're seeing, those are not platforms. If you leap on those, you'll fall through them to the floor, and if you hit the floor, that's instant death. If you do die that way with the fairy, you still get to keep the fairy. Which is a very good thing to know in case you make an accidental death in that sort of way. Also, these little guys with the clubs, these guys will leap out at you if you're close enough to them. Let's take this guy down with the normal attack. I need to, like, not charge this up all the time. Also, I'm staying down here, so that way the fairy can do the work with the enemies on the upper half for me. And there's another fairy power-up there. Another fairy power-up. Now, if you didn't have the fairy, if you lost it before this point, you can pick it up and get it back. But if you do have it, not only do you clear the screen, you also completely refill your health. Had to pause there so that way I didn't lose too much time. You only get so much back when you take down a mini-boss. Now we got all these boxes with bombs on them. If you shoot them down, they explode after they take enough damage. Also, we have 2 health replenishing orbs here. But unless you're really hurting for health, you're not going to be in dire need of both of them. Also, just like the blue orbs, the fairy power-up, you only get to pick it up like once or twice throughout the entire game, aside from when you get it at the beginning. So you definitely want to be very careful. And speaking of very careful, that was not careful at all. Where am I? Oh, jeez, I'm back here. That's just great. Well, maybe I can just get some more health this way. Yeah, using the double jump works really well against these laser eyeballs. Now, hopefully we can do our best not to die that time, that way next time. Can't speak to save my life. So we're gonna have to go through all this again, just to get back to where we were. Thankfully, I got a good idea of what to do now. And there's some more health now, because now we're at 40,000 points. This is a really interesting game so far, I do have to admit. It is on the easy side. I've actually played ahead a little bit. And it's really not that bad. I mean, it's easy, it's short like a lot of the games that I play. But at the same time, it's actually a pretty fun game. It really has a nice haunting mood to it. Now, where was I when I died last time? I don't even remember. I'll probably remember it when I see it. I know it wasn't here because we've seen these two orbs before. It's gotta be around here somewhere. I'm probably gonna approach it like right now. It may have been right here. It just happened and I can't even remember it. Oh, and they can still hit you from inside that cage too, those little guys that are jumping around. So you definitely want to be careful for that. Yeah, I died just before I reached the second mid-boss. Of course I would. Thankfully, these guys, after they're done with their little human victim right there, they're really easy to take down. Just push them back with a charge shot, and then just keep hitting them with regular shots. And right here we got the main car of this train, which serves as the boss for this section. As soon as he's fully on screen, start shooting at it with charge shots. Not only will you be able to hit the heart, but you should be able to take down the purple projectiles that it shoots out as well. There's a little bit of slowdown here, but you should be able to manage. And we're now reaching the end of this, and it takes us to some sort of weird cathedral. I like where this is going. Also, that looks like water or ice, and we're in an ice cathedral now. Pay attention to the skies, because you never know when a fireball, not a fireball, but a snowball or a crystal might hit you. Those spinning crystals, okay. Need to learn how to speak again, because there are two kinds of ice projectiles here. There are the ones that we are seeing right now, these snowflakes that are coming down. They just go straight down. And then there are these spinning crystals that we're about to see. Those things spin around and they do follow you to some degree. They do follow you as best they can, like that thing over there and that thing I just shot. Definitely want to watch your back, but at this point, you're probably used to doing that. Just watching your back and hoping nothing hits you. Yeah, those crystals, those little spinning crystals, those are the things that home in on you. They can be pretty nasty. But the worst is yet to come! Also, we see the crystals again, but this time they just slowly move towards us. But here's the worst thing. I don't know what this thing is, but it just crushes the floor, it just goes up and down, and if you're not careful, it will leave you getting damaged, I guess I could say. And you want to be careful where you crouch down, because you can still get hit. You definitely want to be very careful. And I'm just gonna wait right here. Give myself some room. That's especially good because, well, we have that crystal come towards us. Can I? Yeah, I can. Well, I didn't necessarily have the duck down, but it was still cool to do anyway. And at this point, we're now reaching the end. I also never showed off the slide that the green form has. He actually teleports. It's actually pretty cool. But that's pretty nice. I keep saying that things are pretty nice all the time. I'm probably watching too much AC Bailey. But we're now at the end of this section. And now we got the ice bridge. Definitely want to be very careful as you go across this area because, yeah, these segments start coming down. Of course, they don't come down right away, and I think you still have some time. Oh boy. Well, I still managed to keep my fairy there. So that's good. Now, if I start losing my fairy, I'm gonna start calling BS on the deaths. I'm pretty sure you still have a chance to save yourself. Like so. in case you're still on a segment when it falls. So at least you can still kind of save yourself. Also, there's Bear, who we saw again in the beginning of the stage. I forgot to even mention his presence. And this time he now morphs into this dragon-like thing. And he's now going to move his head back a couple times, and whenever he does so, he shoots a fireball. The fireball will move into your current position, and then he'll shoot this crystal at you. And that crystal will also move in on your current position, so with both attacks, you definitely want to stay on the move. Double jumps work best with the fireballs, because you can get one to just go high, and then just have one go low. And thankfully, I was able to hit this guy before he could do fireballs again. Let's wait for the blue gem this time, because that's the only one I haven't done yet. Alright, grab it. And we get this cool blue dragon for the blue form as we go up this tower. As you can see, we don't have far to go now. First order of business, shoot down these things. These little stalagmites that come out of the ground. These things do damage you if you touch them, which is BS. I mean, I know they're enemies, I know they're obstacles, but come on. Also, we have these gray things flying around. And just like the fairies in the first area where we used red form, if you shoot them down, you can actually go up to them, press down, and then eat off of them for some health. And now we got this guy. Definitely want to use the charge shots here on the face. Apparently I seem to have found a pretty good place to stand to avoid the shots. All I have to do is duck. And, well, that's pretty much it, really, for that kind of mini-boss. And at least I was able to conserve some health a little bit, because that was able to help me get to the only other fairy power-up that you can probably find in the game. And you also have these fireballs that shoot in 8 directions when they come out of the lava. They're pretty tough to dodge, so you just better be ready for them, I guess. Also forgot that these fireworm mini-bosses can lunge towards you and hit you when you're that far away from them. Okay. Come on. Thankfully, I was able to get away from all that and grab this orb. That was terrible. By the way, that lava is instant death, in case you were wondering. Got 2 new enemies. The guy that was up top, he will hit you with fireballs if you're close enough to him. And you got these turtle enemies that are can only be hurt if they shoot their spikes. Though they're probably able to take it down anyway. Maybe it's just a coincidence that I only did that when that happened during my practice run. Also, down there is health if you need it, but we're not going to need it for now. And now it's time for another mini-boss. This time it's this dragon. This dragon will shoot fireballs at you, and they can hurt. But the charge shot is definitely your friend here. A good 4 of them with the blue form, or probably any form, I guess, would and will definitely be your friend here. Would and will. And once you take that down, you can just go to the right, jump over that rib cage, and then go over to get the key. I forgot to mention that the heads-up display actually tells you if you have a key, which is really cool. Forgot to mention that in the last episode, but then again, we're running around with the key longer than we did in the very first stage anyway. Also, this orb respawned because, well, we left the place and come back. And it's a good thing we went up first, because going down here leads to a locked door. From here, you're going to be jumping over these little fire pillars that come up and down, as well as more of those stalagmites. Seems pretty easy, but In case you were wondering why this narrow corridor was probably giving you a bad omen, well, just take a look behind you. That thing. As long as you're patient and you stay on the move and you use your charge shot on all these stalagmites, you really shouldn't have too much of a problem running away from it. And I don't know why that happened. Also, 3 health replenishing orbs. I guess they could all be useful if you really need the health that badly. But apparently I've been doing pretty well so far. And we're now at the end of this section. And now we're outside. Love the graphics with the background here. Okay, yeah, you can only damage these things after they shot the spikes. So you have to hit them first to get them to do it anyway. Also, I could use that enemy to refill my health, but that ain't happening. Also, these bridges, they do crumble when you walk on them and put too much weight on them for about like a second or something. So you definitely want to be very careful where you tread here. Because yeah, you can probably see the rocks coming down into the lava there. Just dropping down. Also, I only have about a minute left. Good thing I'm using only charge shots. You definitely want to use it against this guy. This guy will throw his hands at you and they act like some sort of boomerang. Definitely want to watch where they go. And you definitely don't want to be too close when he throws them, so that way you can avoid them a little more easily. And after the mini-boss, you don't want to leave your charge shot charged up because of these guys. If you get too close with them, they will hurt you with their projectiles. Oh, that was terrible. I'm gonna have to do all this again, but at least I have my time refilled. I was running on near fumes there. And apparently you don't always have to shoot them to get them to shoot their spikes out. That's good to know. Yeah, if you walk straight on them, they're gonna crumble. And we do have to take down this guy again. I'm doing a terrible job. Maybe it should just... Well, he threw that one up, so that was kind of no use to him. And I managed to get away from that guy a lot better. Trying to see if I could get that guy to show up a little earlier. There we go. At least I was able to get him to show up earlier. Maybe I should have ducked. Though you can probably barely see me if I did. Let me see if I can get this guy to show up again. Oh, I killed him. Good. Yeah, you definitely don't want to use your charge shot after that mini-boss. But you do want to use it here. This guy has 2 arms and an eye in his little chest cavity there. And you want to take down the arms first. And I died. Now you get to see the fairy power-up in action. Our departed wife is gone. We'll never see her again for the rest of the game, sadly. And from here on out, we just need to keep jumping over the projectiles that these arms shoot at and then take them out first. You can damage the chest cavity, but you're not going to get a whole lot done. Now this guy will teleport. And you want to move away slightly from the center, so that way you don't get hit by that 3-way attack. I bet you can kind of barely see it, but it is there. And once you're able to get away from it, you want to hit the eye when it opens again. Needing some mad concentration skills right now. You can roll out of the way of this, But if you just walk just slightly away from center, like I'm doing, you're gonna have a much better chance of getting away from this thing. And I am making this thing look easy. Praising how I didn't get hit that much after I died and lost the fairy power-up. And now we have this gray gem for using all 3 forms. Let's go ahead and take it, see what we get. We now have the ultimate form in the game. And we are now at the final level already. This is it. This is the end. And I'm going to save the end for the next video. So join me next time where I take on the revived King of Demons and save Iria in the finale of Let's Play Majuu, aka King of Demons. Until then, this is Prince Watercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!